the list of bosses are Evil Wall. You can just hide and let Evil Wall punch itself down. Plague. There's some nonsense with Count. I honestly don't understand that one.
Oh yeah, it's I don't know. Plague is weird. Also, I think we weren't audible before. I think chat can hear us now. Hello, chat. We've been talking the whole time.
Yeah, hello, chat.
But yeah, Edward Hero, very excited. Of course, I had to be here for Eddie Hero Week as the harp composer, resident harp composer.
It's in this is required alt, isn't it?
It is. We do have harp as an objective. I forget if it is required.
It is required alt, so hopefully we get one of your harp songs.
Well, we're gonna get a harp song. We'll see which one it is. As of right now, I can actually say this. There are over, not in this version, but once we get our update, which we're waiting on, there will be over 500 harp songs in the pool. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, you've been busy.
There's only 400-ish in the current version, so... But it does look like our runners are getting ready to head off. Our objectives are, of course, themed. We have defeat Water Hag, defend Fabul. Edward, I guess, does that in the vanilla game. Harp, cure the fever with the Sand Ruby, for the whole Water Hag cutscene, and defeat the Fool Gauntlet. And, oh, hey, look, Eddie and Porum. A power couple.
Interesting Possum choosing to not take the Porum. Are free characters on?
I would probably guess so.
Free characters are on, so our runners may want to see who's available first.
They probably want to see who else is available before they commit to Porum.
I'm sorry, I've been playing...
Oh, also, we have the Wacky Flag Payable Gomez. That's a thing. Surprise, This is also Wacky Races.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of your Lit 3 Club flag sets where Porum would be a snap take.
Oh, yes. No, in Lit 3, Porum is the best. One of the best, I should say. Maybe not quite the best, but pretty far up there. But we do have some divergence. Possum is headed to Evelyn Castle to go get some loot, while Tybalt has decided to go visit Mysidia to see who else is here. It's Rydia!
And Vanilla.
And Palom. I like Palom. I don't hate Palom.
I will see if Tybalt chooses to take any immediately, and looks to be deciding to see all the options first.
Wait, did Tybalt take Rydia? Oh my gosh, Tybalt took Rydia.
Tybalt took Rydia.
Okay. Not what I would have done, but okay.
From some alluding I saw on Possum's side, Possum will definitely take one of those black mages.
Oh yeah, we saw a Stardust Rod. We saw some power shirts from Possum's side. There's a lot of good stuff in Evelyn Castle, as it turns out. And now Tybalt is continuing on the circle around the world to find all the characters.
I think I know what the reason might be for Tybalt taking the Rydia.
Oh.
It's as wild.
I see. Yes, that would make sense. Bahamut is very good. I would be very shocked if Rosa doesn't join here. Yes, okay, good. I can predict things that runners will do sometimes. I know how this game works.
Do you want superior white mage? Yes.
Yes. I mean, Rosa's superior as long as we get someone else who can cast Exit. I have some thoughts about taking Rosa in a certain situation where I did not get exit for a very long time.
I think we're talking about this. We're thinking of the same scene right
I
now.
think yes. But let's just say walking out of the lunar subterrane is a thing. And no, I didn't have warp. I walked. All the way. You know, from the very bottom.
So what you're saying, once you got to the top, what you said was start from the bottom, now I'm here.
Yes. Exactly. Anyway, Tybalt has opted to go for the watery pass. There's also a Stardust Rod here. So...
So the sea's basically... What were you saying?
We'll have Stardust Rod parity. Everyone gets a wavy stick that casts Comet.
Yeah, the sea is basically saying, doesn't matter where you choose to loot, you're getting a stick.
Or you could loot everywhere and get both sticks.
Ooh. I like the way you think.
Yes. Just open every box, it's fine. Also a good strategy in Wit 3. Open every box.
And Dark Matter Hunt forces that issue.
Yes. It does.
That was a tiara we found.
The ones in the back of Troya, those are really terrible to get. And oh my goodness, there's a cursed ring in Damsian. That's kind of nice to keep Eddie's agility somewhat in check.
Yeah, cursed ring, a tiara there. So tiara, Stardust Rod, Rydia, you find any good summon and...
Oh yeah, and we have a Sork Robe too from the Watery Pass. So that Rydia is looking set as soon as she gets Bahamut or Leviathan. We take Leviathan too. And oh hey, there's our exit mage.
Exit problem solved.
Yes, this will solve all of our exit problems if we choose to take him. I think Tybalt says yes because this is too wildish.
Yep, the odds are good you're finding a stick for him.
Yes. Yeah, we don't have a spoon flag on because the forge will give a weapon for Edward that is more powerful than anything else he'll get. And but it's not that really more powerful than the spoon, so we were like, we're gonna take the spoon away so we can let things like the Apollo harp or the Loki's loot shine.
Loki's loot, very good. It's basically a mini X-Gal that is effective versus everything except slimes.
Yes. Loki's loot does kind of destroy anything with any sort of racial weakness whatsoever. And oh hey look, there's half of the forge. Thanks, other Edward. Scala, if Requiem Harp, we celebrate because that will also nerf Edward's agility. Not by a lot by itself, but with that curse string, that becomes minus 20 agility for Edward, and suddenly Edward is actually sort of an anchor, maybe?
He does a good impression of one at that point.
He tries. Slow enough for Zerkers. We'll put it at that.
Although, if you're going Zerkers, there's also the possible strategy of just don't bother anchoring and turn them all loose.
This is true. Although, I think with Requiem Harp, we may not want Edward to go, because Requiem Harp isn't good. I'm sorry. It's not a good offensive weapon.
I can dream. Now, look through these shops, doing a bunch of window shopping.
We have moon veils there. I think Tybalt picked one up.
It's a good purchase.
Oh my goodness, these shops are ridiculous. This is definitely a flag set where you want to loot a lot because we have S Wild and we have payable gold beds, so you can also pay bosses to leave.
But it's also sell quarters, so I think it gives a really
It's-
good tension of.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough to actually get enough money to do all the things you want to do.
I think sell quarter adds a really good tension here of what do you bribe, what do you fight, how much shopping do you do.
Yes, definitely. Anyway, Tybalt is going to head into our first sort of actual check that requires doing anything. Bedward is not that. Bedward just gives you something free, and he's like, "Here, have a legend sword. It's fine." Tybalt has decided to head into the Antlion Cave, which is a fairly easy key item check. There's also some loot here. Not particularly good loot, but it's loot.
And we do have the Stardust Rod, so Rydia can just wave that rod around twice, and most bosses here go away.
Yes. Awesome, checking out Mist Cave. Oh, hi, Wyvern. Good to see you there. And okay.
That is a single water hag.
Yep. We're just gonna say we're just gonna spend some money and
It's good. I think that's a good bribe.
yeah, water
It's
hag
also
takes
objective number 1.
a little bit of time. So we're just gonna spend 5,000 gold. Say no, we don't need to fight you. We're just gonna take your rat tail and leave.
It's a long fight. There's cutscenes involved. It gives garbage XP.
Yeah, it's not really worth it for the experience.
Oh, and Alchemy, our club creator, pointing out in chat, Eno XP is on, so you gotta be careful just how much bribing you do.
Yes. With Eno XP, the only renewable sources of experience, I believe, are the trap chests in Lower Babel. You can have them continue to summon things and
Right.
get experience that way. Is that a fast grind? No. Does it exist? Yes.
Okay, hear me out on this one, Xenocat. Orb grind.
This is also an option. There's also life too on some lunar subterranean traps. These are other options.
Right, you could frog some of them, I guess, and
Yeah.
do that.
There's a Mega Sisters grind is another one.
Tybalt choosing to bribe Rubicon.
I'd be a little wary about bribing the full defense. That's a decent amount of experience early on, and sure, it's nice to get through it quickly. But you're gonna need experience to get through some of the later things, and while it may be tempting to bribe your way through all the early stuff, you need some amount of experience to get through later fights.
Right, if you want Rydia to be able to actually use that Leviathan, she needs MP.
Yes, that is very important. Possum looks like has opted for Palom, and I think just said no to Rosa.
That would be an interesting choice.
Yes, I'm...
No,
Very-
Rosa's in there.
Okay, good. We do have Rosa. Thank goodness. Yeah, this looks like the strategy of get Cecil online and go to Evelyn Castle and try to find a holy sword for Possum.
Pretty good strategy.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty solid strategy. I assume Tybalt is going to be heading there not in the not too distant future. It looks like Tybalt is headed to Ordeals as well.
We might see our runners take some of the fights up here, especially the first slot, 'cause it's relatively easy.
Oh yeah, the first slot has the lowest physical attack in the game, and the magic is something, but it's not the worst.
It especially because the Stardust Rod could just sweep this.
Oh yes, we bite the dolls probably. They're not really worth bribing. We can give them a taste of Stardust Rod and they'll go away.
While it's not full XP, it's still one action, fight ends.
Yeah, and it's definitely not worth spending all the money to skip the fight.
Tibble apparently picked up a Gaia Drum at some point. And
Yeah, Tibble's picked up a few J items. Asura at the back attack is more interesting.
I don't blame anyone for saying nope to that fight.
Yeah, I don't know what mage killing gear we have. I think there's an Elven Bow. We don't need to fight Asura. We're good.
I did see an Elven Bow, you are correct.
I mean, we could lifelock her, but it's still slow.
Yeah, that's a slog of a fight. Tybalt, on the other hand, doesn't have a choice in the matter.
Yep, not enough GP. Also, we can go to the moon now. Well, if Edward can get through this fight, which Possum is going to say, yeah, I'm going to buy this fight off because it's a Lunar Sparkle. And we know that's not Plague or Wyvern, but that could be like Ogo or something, and we're just not going to deal with that, okay?
And Eddie's offense is not the best at these levels. Right, with Ogopogo, you can't really guide drum you. Well, I guess you could guide drum your way through it.
Yeah, it's not great.
We see Tybalt using 2 Star Veils to get a wall on Asura.
Yeah, this will make this fight not completely suck. It is still not a fun fight, but at least now Asura can heal herself.
I was fully hoping for Bahamut to come out after all that setup.
That would be amazing, but no Bahamut today.
They're like, oh, you spent all this time and resources setting up, and fight's free.
Yep. It looks like Possum is interested in heading to the moon very early. That or was thinking of picking up a character and then had to deal with the whole cutscene of there's a big whale.
This might be a play at the Hairdryer chest too.
That is very fair. The Hairdryer chest is notoriously good at giving good things. If that makes sense.
For example, during our Adamant Cup tournament, I believe Morpheus pulled an Adamant armor out of that chest twice.
Oh yeah, there's always an Adamant armor in the Hairdryer's chest. If you have Adamants on, there's always an Adamant armor there.
Unfortunately, that's not happening today because the Adamant's flag is on.
Yes, but you know what replaces Adamant armors in this flag set?
Are they shiny and sword-shaped?
Yes.
Ah, gotcha. Light swords.
No. I think you're thinking... I was thinking of crystal swords or Excals, but... No, we already have the legend sword. There are not 2 legend swords in the seed. At least I hope not. I'm pretty sure in this version of Free Enterprise, you cannot get duplicates of key items.
We see Porum, after being left behind in Barren Castle, decided to follow us to the moon.
And then we leave her on the moon.
Porum is not having a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, as Tybalt is heading into this changing room fight, Possum is indeed headed over to check out the Hairdryer's chest.
I know he's a fan of this play.
Now, what do we want to see here in this hairdryer's chest? I know what Possum wants to see. But what are we all rooting for, chat?
I'm gonna go humorous here and go for an Hourglass 2.
I want a cabin. I don't even know that that's possible, but it would be funny.
I think it is, but very low percentage.
Yes. If we had to go with a high tier item, I guess I'll root for like
I know, Ninja. In our hearts, we all know it's gonna be a white shirt.
yes, white shirt's good. It's gonna be a Dragoon Lance. I don't know, I'm feeling it. Also, this is a lot of Jade items that we're spending on this. And then, of course, they're all useless because this Grimoire just did enough damage to wipe them all out.
There it is!
Thanks, Grimoire! You
I
just
feel
made it.
better now.
Possum just wasted a whole bunch of other J items on that fight that did not need to be used. Always use your Grimoires early, folks.
It gets the most random one out of the way immediately.
Okay, I'll take Murasame. That qualifies as high tier but useless.
But the real reward from that was the 30,000 XP.
That is fair.
Fiery, very true, it is a refilling gem. It also takes like 5 seconds to cast.
Yes, it takes a while to cast. And Murasame qualifies as a shiny sword, I guess. Sure, we'll say it's a shiny sword.
So if we weren't taking it before should he show up, I think we're taking it now.
Yeah. I don't know what else we've seen in the way of ninja swords, but Murasame is probably worth it.
And those levels, that test alone pushed everyone into the 20s.
Yeah, Palom is one level shy of Quake. So I think Possum's plan is to do Fagul Defense, get the experience from that, which should push Palom over the edge for Quake. And then take the Quake to Evelyn.
Seems like a good plan. Quake will very easily take out 2 of the 3 chests in there.
Meanwhile, Tybalt has the same idea of, hey, let's do the Hairdryer's chest.
It's a good plan.
It is a good plan.
It looks like you were exactly right on the plan here.
Tybalt really struggling to find something for Cecil to use to hit things. It's unfortunate.
There's a legend sword right there.
Yeah. You know, you're not wrong. Or you could get a defense sword and an Aegis shield just chilling in a pot in random chests in the Lunar Path. Great.
Yeah,
Cecil has a sword and shield now.
Yeah, Revive 7 is legend sword right there. Yeah, forget that. I didn't say that.
Goodbye. It doesn't matter. We have defense sword now. And Aegis shield. Those are both really nice weapons. Really nice equipped for Cecil.
Especially because the one chest you can't quake away in Evelyn, the Aegis shield gives protection against them.
Yes. And yeah, Possum is headed right over to Evelyn Castle to see what sort of big swingy we can find here. Will there be a Holy Sword in Evelyn Castle?
It's hard to bet against it.
Statistically, yes. But the answer could be no.
Will it just be 3 Excaliburs in here?
That would be a thing. I mean, sometimes I feel like it's either Crystal Sword Excalivenger or it's 2 apples and an hourglass. There's no in between.
Tybalt not having access, or not having the Grimoire, having thrown it earlier.
Yep. This fight's gonna be a little long. There's a crystal bucket. That's not the right crystal. It is crystal. And it is actually a fairly useful crystal, but it's not quite the right crystal.
Tybalt getting some life glitches on the Hairdryers. That's gonna be
This is gonna be lots of experience from these Hairdryers.
Around 55, I think? 45.
Yep. But that's Blink for Rosa, at least. Ninja Star from the Black Cat Lamia chest.
Ooh, this is a quality Evelyn Castle.
This is definitely an Evelyn Castle that exists. And the final chest was Evelyn Castle worthwhile at all?
There it is.
Yes, there it is. Okay. We do have our Holy Sword.
Wow, that is a moon shop.
Yep, anything you could possibly need.
I saw cabins, I saw light push, I think I saw cure 3s.
Mm-hmm. Also hourglasses, just because why not? But now that Possum has finished up Eblin, looks like he's ready to take on everything else in the seed. And oh hey look, it's Kane.
It's an interesting choice. Do you take the cane?
Without a weapon, I'd say no. And I don't believe Possum has anything better than that Ogre Axe. Tybalt, meanwhile, is checking Cape Bahamut. Oh, look, there's Ogopogo.
Hi, Ogopogo.
So glad to see you. And I don't think we want to do Cape Bahamut today.
No, I'm good.
Let's do other things. There are better checks to make than that.
Like everything else?
Yeah.
To be fair, that's not the worst place to find Valvalis.
Yes, it's not the worst. It's just not great. And yeah, Possum says no to Kane, but does get the hook, which means that we may be on a bit of a hook route.
I believe we are on a hook. Oh, unless the Rat Tail's got the Magma Key.
Yes, that's the other check we haven't done yet.
Tybalt has done the Antlion Cave and bribed Waterhag away there.
Yeah. Does look like Tybalt is going to go to Eblin, so won't miss out on that Crystal Sword at least. Possum is fighting Wyvern? Question mark?
That might be a I forgot what was there check.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure you checked that boss already. Checking Hobbs, very heads up play. This is a very easy.
It's an easy bribe. It's
Easy bribe, easy spot to forget. Just Magus Sisters. We don't need the Magus Sisters. Go away, Magus Sisters.
and we don't need Kane. We already have one sitting in the city if we really want him.
Yeah.
It does look like we're about to find the water hag, though.
Yep. That'll be good for Possum to even out that objective, although there's not much else here in the Antlion Cave other than that rat tail, which I'm guessing he'll probably turn in.
Yeah, the rat. Yeah, it could be a magma key. This might not actually be a hook route.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing on that hook route other than a couple boss fights, and we've already done our boss hunt.
Those bosses are expensive to bribe.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's a couple of trap chests if we still cared about that sort of thing, but I think we don't at this point.
It's somewhere in the neighborhood of, I think it's 156,000 to bribe them both.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The rat tail is definitely important because that is a vanilla adamant rock.
Yeah, that's...
We need that. So, fading Antlion, probably a bad idea.
I did see on Tybalt's side, Eddie was throwing hands for a little bit.
I think Eddie lost his arrow. But we do see Possum Morpheus diving into the Antlion Cave. There's Bacchus wines here. We probably want some of these.
This is sell the farm by 10 Bacchus wine.
Several Bacchus wines, yes. 10 is probably good.
Unfortunately, even selling a farm here, you just...
And oh look, there's an Avenger. Right next door.
Yeah, the problem is that adventure costs 30 Bacchus wines, and
yeah,
we're not exactly made of money.
Someone suggested 50 wines in chat? How? This is Escorter. How are you getting the money to... How are you bankrolling your 50 Bacchus wines? That is entirely too many Bacchus wines.
Edith will find a way.
Oh, hi Fusoya.
Seems like a good way to round up this party.
And there's some orbs at Ruby. That's fun.
Okay. First step, scrounge up 126,000 gold. Second step, fade that.
Yeah, that is a kind of disgusting fight. And it looks like Fusoya is going to be completing Possum's party.
Although with this setup, you can max bluff a Quake for about 6,000 on the back orb.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's...
And Thu maybe has Meteor.
Or stick the curse ring on Edward, have Cecil drink some wine, and let him go to town.
And hope. This is fine. Everything is fine.
I didn't say Plan Q was the best plan. It's the most fun plan. Something should happen. We just don't know what.
Okay, Tybalt has obtained the crystal sword.
That's good. We're on crystal sword parity between our runners.
Yes. I think is basically just down Baron Inn and walking down the Silk Route. So not too bad.
Who's at 1200? I thought we'd fought more than that.
Nope.
Oh, it is 7.
Yeah, just our sort of main bosses. We only fought things that we needed for key items, so...
The good news, we know who this is not.
Key winners is fine, we just have to quake them. How hard could that be? Okay, they actually cooperated really nicely there. It didn't hit the kid.
I think the kid would have been fine if they'd aimed at him.
I don't know. I've seen this spot hit for ridiculously hard.
It can, yes.
I mean, Cecil would have been fine anyway. Cecil would hit them for quad 9s and it would have been fine. And
I was thinking Stork Ropes Undead Resist would have helped him.
Oh yes, that probably would help too. Fu learns Nuke just in time for this boss.
Fu learned Nuke. Here's a boss with Wall.
Here's a boss that you can't direct Nuke. Isn't that fun? Aren't you glad we learned Nuke for this fight? Such a good spell.
And we see Boss Morpheus winding up Plan Q. Let's see what something's gonna happen here.
The strategy is just let Cecil go to town, hope that CPU doesn't exact its revenge too harshly.
That's probably the second best target.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't really care about Fu. That is the best target.
Yes. The very cooperative CPU.
Yes. So kind of CPU. And goodbye, CPU. And that is Possum Underground at about 36.5 minutes.
And that's counting in a trip to the moon plus taking the hairdryers.
To be fair, when you can bribe half of ordeals.
Yeah, true. Bribing the back attack saves a lot of time.
Yes, bribing bosses saves time. But yeah, now I suspect forging will be pretty high on Possum's list of priorities. Because what if Loki's loot?
Also, I saw Tybalt open the first 2 chests on the hook route. Is this game trying to tell us something? That was a pair of illusions.
I don't know. I don't know what it'd be trying to tell us.
Maybe it's trying to ask us, what if the whole game is an illusion?
Yeah. Perhaps. Possum has given up his Adamant Anti-Legend Sword after stealing, I think, a Thunder Rod from Coco's bookshelf.
Yep, that was a Thunder Rod.
So glad we stole that. It's Loki's loot!
Okay, new plan. Edward hit things.
Yes, new plan. Edward go burr. the amazing shop of Kokol's. Kokol used the leftovers to make a notice, short swords, samurai gauntlets, and something else that was...
I think that was a wizard shirt?
Oh yeah, wizard hat, I think, was what it was. Aren't we so glad that we unlocked the ability to buy those items? I don't know what I would do without my fix of notices.
I would like to thank Pasa for showing us that, because the S-Wild Coco shops were always a treat.
Oh yes. Kokol's shop on any other shop setting, pretty much, is the best shop in the game. It'll have 4 items, always 4 items. Usually they're pretty good. On S-Wild, all the best stuff is already in all the other shops, so Kokol just sells 4 random items. They're usually all garbage.
I'm a fan with like Cure 1.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some Kokol shops where it's like, the best item in there is like a darkness sword. And I'm like, oh, great. Thanks for selling the Dark Knight Cecil equipment. And some very low-level J items. And like Cure 1s, those are so good.
Cure 1, Diet Food, Mallet, Darkness Sword.
Yes, it's things like that. Or like Shadow Armor or whatever. It's like, no, I don't care about that. Also, Mylon Z is a boss that existed.
And one swing from Crystal Sword, and Mylon Z is gone.
Yes. Something. Well, I was going to say we might not use the Crystal Sword against this guy, but then I realized it's 2 swings to get rid of this one. And oh, sorry, you took Fu on the hook route. You can't take Edge now.
I don't think Tibble took the Fu.
Possum did, though. So, well, that's gonna be interesting because Tibble will have access to an extra Berserker. And given that I think our runners both have Full Moon Mura for Edge,
honestly good enough.
Yeah, that's good enough. And I would happily take the extra Zerker damage over Fu's utility. Because honestly, Fu has not been very utile so far. What has Fu done for us?
Cast Warp.
Bonus points to anyone who skipped Evelyn. You may. That's a pretty easy way to save some time. Just don't do Evelyn. Go underground, get your crystal sword from the warp glitch.
Possum showing exactly what he thinks of that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it.
It
was just free! All you have to do is bring Iridia.
Just open the trash can and immediately chuck the second sword in.
Tibble maybe having second thoughts about CPU.
It decides, this is a silly place. Also, today I learned you can warp out of here.
Yes, you can. As long as you don't enter the boss room, or it works. You cannot warp out of the room that the bosses are in.
It may just be a shopping trip.
Okay.
Might be looking to hawk a whole bunch of stuff and bribe past those bosses.
Maybe, yeah. Still has 67,000 gold, so yeah, probably looking to just get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. Hopefully, for his sake, not all of the edge weapons, please.
You need about 3k more.
Yep. That's enough.
That's enough for the CPU.
Yep. Just fight through the first boss. It'll be fine, Tibble.
Which, with the Leviathan radio with the Sorkrobon, is free.
Yes. I mean, also with a crystal sword. Demons
Fair.
don't like the crystal sword.
Yeah, most things, a lot of things are somewhat allergic to it. They're very allergic.
Mylon Z is the most allergic.
So
Even
much
wo-
so that I believe a level 1 Cess with a crystal sword hits for quad 9s.
Something like that. Not quite, I think. I think with no other strength boosting gear, a level 1 Cecil won't quite hit for quad 9s, but it's a lot. He'll still do a respectable amount of damage. Because it's only an 8 times multiplier, and I don't think Cecil hits for 1200. Quite 1200 damage at level 1 with no other strength boosts.
That's fair.
Still,
Right, 'cause-
it's still a lot of damage, and at this point, we're hitting quad 9s.
right, because with just the crystal sword, you're only at 4 multipliers.
Yeah. 4 times 2 times some number that's greater than 200. Not quite gonna cut it for quad 9s with another 8 times. And that's a required Odin.
Odin at King just casually heading over the sand roof, so we are a twin harp away from go mode.
That's always a fun place to be.
And I think what our runners would like at that point is have a pass as well, so you could just go do music, immediately leave, and walk through the door.
Yeah, that would be nice. Possum going to take on Leviathan. Well, he's down here. Shouldn't be too bad. Although this Leviathan will hit kind of hard.
It'll be fine.
Ice 2 can't hurt that much, right? It's just Ice 2.
That's a second tier elemental. How bad could it be?
I'm sure there's not going to be any issues with Ice 2 whatsoever in this fight. Goodbye, Palom. Good night.
As Column's taking a little nap here. Is this the 3rd highest magic spot in the game?
Something like that. It's pretty high. Also, good night, Cecil. And Tybalt is underground at about the 46-minute mark. Hooray!
Having ride through the CPU, Tybalt decides doesn't feel like smashing up a computer today.
Yes. We'll just pay the computer money and it'll go away.
I didn't realize that was an option.
Yeah. Leviathan wants us to go burn down Mist. Maybe Leviathan's just tired of getting summoned. You know, Leviathan keeps getting summoned to do trivial tasks by all the summoners in Mist Village. He wants a vacation.
For the last time, I am not a car wash.
Exactly. I bet they're not even summoning him for that. They're summoning him for, like, so that the kids can play on, like, a slip and slide or something. Like, come on, Mist Villagers. Use your summons wisely.
Yeah, I'm certain there's better summons you could use to make a slip and slide go.
I don't think there's any other water-based ones. I guess you could use Shiva and then let the ice melt. It's fine. Anyway, we have a Luca key from the Sylphs, which is so useful. So glad we have that.
Yay, we can go get that crystal sword now.
The crystal sword's in logic now. Hooray!
more importantly, we could check what Sheila's got for us. Does Sheila have the twin harp? Can we just fade the moon entirely?
Sheila, please.
Oh, it's not K
Well-
Moon. Never mind. We can always fade the moon.
We can get underground now. And Sheila also had a holy sword that exists that we will not be using.
One of our runners might find a use for it.
This is true. If Triple takes that edge, we could see that sword go flying.
And that sword will end up lodged in, I'm guessing Odin. Or Val.
Val. Val is a boss that can have progression.
Right, it's only K main summon, but K value is considered a summon spot.
Yep. So yeah, Val is absolutely fair game.
So, Pigtail Tournament. We know it's not an adamant. How about
Yep.
third crystal sword?
Oh, that would be fun. Moonveil is okay, I guess.
Moonveil's actually very, very useful if we take that
Yes.
vow.
Oh yeah, Moonveil will protect you from a lot of her things. I don't think it protects from the petrify, but it will protect you from weak. And of course, all the punches.
Yeah, the protecting from the weak doesn't matter. It's protecting you from the 3,000 point punches that follow.
Yes. So Val can kill a Moonveiled character, just very slowly. Oh, look at that! It's a Porum in the bed that we're gonna cure her fever. Hooray!
And then leave her behind in Typho.
Yeah, that's wow. Porum is just having a rough day. That is the third time Porum has tried to join the party.
After all that, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Porum takes over for Zeromus later.
I do think Porumus needs to be a thing. Porum has achieved that status, I think. In a way that not many other characters have.
Yeah, we already have Zero Word.
Yeah, we have a couple of the characters as E sprites. I think Porum is our next one.
No, Tybalt still has a party spot.
Yes. Will Tybalt take Edge? Yes.
That was the fastest snap take I've seen today.
Yes, we take Edge. Tybalt has kept all of his Edge gear. So the answer is yes, we will take Edge into the party. Welcome to the party, Edge, for Tybalt. Tybalt has a lot of good things for you.
Oh, right. I guess one of the free bosses couldn't have been hanging out elsewhere.
Yeah, King Queen Evelyn is just hanging out here at Bigen. I don't know why the King and Queen of Evelyn have decided to become the King of Baron's personal royal guard, but I guess times are tough in Evelyn.
It's a royal thing.
Sure. But who were the King and Queen of Evelyn guarding?
Speaking of things that are allergic to crystal swords.
Yes, this guy's pretty allergic to Crystal Sword. Oh, and the second phase is allergic to Loki's loot.
Oh no! Are we get to see Eddie drop a quad 9 on something?
I hope so. I want it to happen. It's not going to happen because Possum is casting Nuke, but I want it.
Oh, Possum, why? We wanted to see Eddie.
I'm sure Eddie could have killed this Dark Elf even with that curse string on. I just want people to use Loki's loot, gosh darn it. It's so much fun.
Fantastic weapon.
Such a good weapon. Oh, hi Vanilla Sid. Bye Vanilla Sid.
Unfortunately for you, Vanilla Sid, the party's full.
Also, taking Sid on an Eddie hero seed, like, do you want to just have a party member that never gets a turn?
Very good point. Even with a cursed Eddie, that Sid would still be like
Cursed
RH10.
Eddie is like equal to Sid in terms of speed. Like, Sid is still not taking turns quickly. And there's our Twin Harp. That is go mode for Possum.
Unfortunately, that means the Twin Harp behind Valdream is dead.
Yes. But fortunately, it means that we're going to get to listen to some music.
Ah! Always look on the bright side.
Oh my goodness. Tybalt has equipped the Loki's loot, and I'm so happy.
Yes, Tybalt has embraced the loot.
Yes. Embrace the loot. Possum Morpheus, as Tybalt is heading into these Feymarch fights, Possum has made it pretty much to the bottom of the Magnus Cave, just this last screen to go before the Crystal Room. And after a short cutscene, it'll be time for some randomized tunes.
First, we have to take out our own party so we can trigger the perished script. No one got time to sit through me attack you.
Imagine not having magnetized magnetic equipment coming in here. Like, just equip your iron rings.
You mean the ones you didn't start with, right?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, though, equip, like, mute knives. Mute knives are a great way to magnetize your mages. Your black mages, at least. Silver staves for white mages.
Alright, this seed is officially blessed now.
Yeah, not every seed that you get to hear Shredward.
Shredward on an Eddie hero?
Yeah. Also, one last little bit of vanilla. Because why not?
It appears on Tybalt's side we're seeing at least an attempt at doing Thunderstruck.
Oh, that's right. We had a meta objective. Possum just didn't go for it. I mean, there is one more chance. There is always the Romus. But, no.
Eddie strats on a... with
On
Eddie.
an Eddie hero seed? No. Oh, there is also Evil Wall at the top of tower.
That spot's not gonna punch itself to death.
No, it's not. It's gonna need some help from Cecil.
It looks like what Possum is setting up, putting the ribbon on Eddie to help him survive Crush Phase.
Yeah, give Eddie Loki's loot, Possum. Heck yeah.
Also, while we're in go mode, I wouldn't trust this party to beat Zeromus.
This is fair.
Something said chat about a victory lap. I don't think that was a victory lap. That was a rocking out to Shredward lap.
Yes. Oh no, this could be a pass. That would be nice, I guess, for Possum if the top tower turned out to be a pass.
And we appreciate the extra time with Shredward. A little early on that Thor Rage.
Yeah, I don't think the second one's gonna happen in time. Maybe. No, it's too late on the second one.
You know, once the Odin is queued, it's too late.
Yeah.
And looking at the party range, I think Tybalt's had enough of this.
Yeah, that unfortunately just isn't working out.
What's a valiant effort? It's without the RA1 setup, the timing's a bit trickier.
Yes, definitely. This seed really just didn't have a good arrangement of bosses for our meta objective. TKC wasn't at a spot that did enough damage. Odin's not at a spot that does enough damage. I like this.
Also,
Just Possum just turning the entire party to stone. It's fine. Edward's still here.
I believe that twice today we've seen Possum hit off-slot stones, and it's a rarity for him.
Yes.
And Tybalt's just dropping, raining some lightning on Leviathan, hitting with the Crystal Sword. We're back to had enough of this nonsense.
And that Leviathan goes down pretty easily, and as does Evil Wall. Oh look, it's more vanilla. Amazing. Alchemy, you didn't have to.
The question we're gonna have for Alchemy later is, you gonna count that? But the answer is
I
yes.
think it counts. It was a reset. Like, we saw the whole fight and then a reset out of it, whatever.
Okay. The official ruling from our club captain is yes, it's good.
Now Possum just has to beat Zeromus. You know, that's easy. We don't have to worry about Zeromus. It's fine. I mean, my strategy would be just kill a bunch of moon bosses.
I'd be on a. I wouldn't stop at moon bosses. I'd be going after the traps.
I don't think we need the traps.
But Loki loot versus dragons.
That is a fair point. What actually? Oh, if we had sirens, I would absolutely do a double gold dragon grind for money. And then, never mind.
What are we gonna do with the money?
Never mind. I don't know. I was thinking of some. I forgot how payable Golbez works. Never mind.
I was thinking there's something you were gonna buy, like more power shirts or crystal rings, or.
I mean, that would be cool. I'd like that, but it's fine. We can just kill whatever is on the moon. It'll be fine. Or just like do the giant. My favorite grind is just doing the giant. Although maybe not on Sea Hero.
Now, for what it's worth, we've seen the worst things that could be at elements already.
This is true. A lot of the bad things that could be at elements have been defeated. Also, hey look, it's Golbez.
Golbez, underpayable Golbez. We couldn't pay Golbez.
And now we fight Golbez. Tibble, this is what you get for doing Baron Basement first.
The sea has become fightable Golbez.
Possum, meanwhile, found a behemoth.
It's 110,000 XP, I think.
Yeah, just about there. So that's gonna be some nice experience for this party.
Yeah, all the traps on the moon are, well, most of them are good XP.
Yes.
We don't talk about the Warlock Defossil chest.
No, that one's not very good.
What's that one, like 50, 60,000?
Something like that.
Like I think Bimmy and Jimmy are closer, or are they over 200k?
I think so. I know Jimmy and Jimmy is.
Oh, with 10 key items, of course, but
yes.
we are we're long past
We're
there.
so far above 10 key items, we're thinking double. But yeah, Jimmy and Jimmy is definitely over 200k. Bimmy and Jimmy might be.
And the dragons aren't. We have a way to handle the dragons. Loki's was effective versus them.
Yes. If we see dragons, Edward will destroy them.
And unfortunately, Edward's got a curse ring on, so won't destroy them quite as hard.
Oof. He must not have the Loki Salute then, because the Loki Salute, I think, is a. I can't remember if it gives a bunch of agility or not.
Yeah, I think it's strength, agility, vitality.
Yeah, a bunch of the super smith weapons are, which is not great when you're trying to, because you can't give, which means you can't really give them to your anchor.
The funny part is they decide to give strength to a bunch of the weapons in GBA for the high strength characters.
Yeah.
Like, by the time you get the flare hammer, Sid's going to be strength capped.
Yeah, it's like this weapon gives you more strength, but you already have hit the cap. Ooh, and just a silent staff from Golbez, so no progression there.
A very nice shirt from the carry chest.
Not that there is any progression left. The only key items we haven't found yet are the spoon and I guess the pass if it's a key item. I don't know. I didn't look at the flag set. I assume it's a key item.
It makes sense for Tybalt to check there because Tybalt's still looking for the sand ruby.
Yes, it does.
Well, and the Twin Harp. Tybalt's looking for both yet.
Yes. The pass is a key item. Good. That was correct.
Which means the pass and the spoon and one Zonk are what we don't know about between Super Cannon Room, Zot, and Val.
Yep. Oh gosh, Tybalt could do Harp into Zot.
I think Tybalt's going to do Harp into Zot.
That is definitely the logical play at this point.
Having bounced off that Odin multiple times, I think that's going to be the last location.
Yeah. I don't think we see Tybalt go back there
And
until he has no other choice.
it's a perfectly reasonable play. You bounce off a boss a few times. If you're playing to win a race, you have to assume it's not there.
Yeah. Possum has thrown an X-Cal in the trash.
That trash is getting full. I think there's a Crystal Sword and 2 X-Scals in it now.
Yep. But it does look like we are approaching our second rendition of music.
Possum, I don't think is quite happy with these levels yet.
No, I think we're still looking.
Of course, the Pink Puff Room has a trap.
Yeah, of course. I know we don't have a siren, but I want Possum to fight Pink Puffs just because. Just keep getting random encounters until you get a Pink Puff.
Now, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, random pulls the Pink Puff encounter and gets the adamant armor from it.
First try. First encounter is Pink Puffs, they drop the adamant. That would be amazing.
And you know, back in the 90s, that happened to some kid.
Probably.
Statistically, it had to have.
Yes.
I think it's time for more Shredward.
And there's that Earth Crystal for Tybalt, which means that Tybalt is probably going to immediately do this Zot check. It's right there.
Yeah, we know there's 1 of 3 things up there.
Possum is in the Pink Puff room. Possum?
I think we have started with a single siren, or picked one up at some point.
Oh my goodness, Possum.
Also, Loki's Loot is the one thing that, or the one creature type it's not super effective against.
Yeah, unfortunately.
If I did see 1 siren.
Oh my gosh. But we also have maybe rate that treasury happening? This is confusing.
We have, on one side, the Pink Puff Grind. On the other side, a treasury rating.
So many things happening. That's fair. Oh my goodness, we have so many, it's so exciting. That is a fairly underwhelming treasury so far, honestly.
It's a very Stardust-filled treasure. I saw a rod and an item.
Yeah.
Tybalt, sort thine inventory. I've seen multiple single sacks of items.
Okay, Zeus Gauntlet. That's pretty nice.
Multiple
That's
ribbons.
A spare Bacchus wine. Oh, multiple Zeus Gauntlets. Sorry, I spoke too soon.
Honestly,
Well, we take that.
I would rate that maybe 9 out of 10, maybe
For
10 out of 10.
considering what we
Max tier
have,
6.
yeah.
Oh, it's also max tier 6.
Oh yeah. Oh, with Max Tier 6, absolutely. That was really good.
Yeah,
Especially
given
since
the
we already have tons of power shirts, but we didn't have any Zeus Gauntlets on Tybalt's side.
given the settings, that's a 9 or 10 out of 10 treasury.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, now we're back to Pink Puff music.
Sorry, I was laughing at Heretic Transit chat. Ziggy out of 10.
Palom and Rosa have succumbed to the Pink Puffs, unfortunately.
So here's how this goes, chat. If the music continues after when the screen's fading, we know we got to drop.
Yes, and then if that drop, well, for our sake, we want to keep restreaming, so we really want that drop to be not an adamant armor if it shows up.
How about an Ether 2? I think that's on the table.
That sounds like a thing that's on the table. But we will see. That's the last Pink Puff.
Does the music continue? No, it does not.
No drop. We are spared. The free Enterprise channel will continue to do restreams.
Are we putting the Loki's loot on for the Z fight?
Maybe?
I don't see a curse string on Edward.
Yeah, we definitely declipped the curse string. Maybe we're putting it on after this fight starts just to not have our agility be completely awful, but I think we're doing it. And Tybalt has been just tearing through this Tower of Zot.
Sees a second mop in the first slot.
We can't take second mop. We already said no to first mop.
And the second slot, show us another forum, please.
Oh, just a Sid.
I wanted to keep the jokes of forums being in a...
Yeah, forum would have been great. Forum's probably at the package.
Alright, It does look like...
And the giant, just because no one will check those places.
There we go. We got some Z-Flags coming out in chat.
Yep, it is about that time as Possum gets to the bottom of the lunar subterrane. I think there's a question that we should be asking.
I believe there is. And as our Researcher Skull has made a bunch, or Researcher Skull has made a bunch of the sprites that are in this Rose pool.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of sprites in the Z pool. More sprites than harp songs for sure.
But
I don't remember the number. Oh gosh, we're close to 600 now.
But the big question we need to ask right now is, whose butt are we about to kick today?
Also, does the butt have a hat? This is a very important question.
My favorite question I've been asking is, will it haunt my nightmares?
That's a good alternative to is it cute?
There is some nightmare fuel in that pool. If the butt has a hat, is the hat cute? Does the butt have a musical instrument? / what is it? Will the butt be back?
Well,
Finally, after seeing this sprite reveal.
I suppose the butt sort of has a musical instrument if you consider gun a musical instrument.
It's a gun, not a flamethrower. Flamethrower is sort of a musical instrument, especially attached to a guitar, Mad Max style.
Sure. I also do see a hat. I think. Oh. Sunglasses. Okay. We have sunglasses. That's hat adjacent.
I don't know if gun is really a good instrument. I know guns and stuff are used as props for some groups. Looking at you, Sabaton.
I feel like you could make the gun into a percussion instrument. Yes, this is true.
True, a cannon is an instrument.
Cannons have already been used as instruments, so why not guns?
It was good enough for 1812, it's good enough for now.
Exactly.
And as we were saying, Tybalt is going to take on the Val first.
Yeah, this makes sense, given his options. And then he'll find out that it's Keyless Tower for Odin, and then he'll probably do Keyless Tower, and then be annoyed.
I believe Tybalt's done the Odin fight. That was the Golbez. Oh, the Odin spot. The Odin fight, not the Odin spot. Never mind.
Yes, the Odin fight itself.
Brain, not brain good.
It's fine. Edward is falling down a lot for Possum, but Possum keeps getting him back up. He's trying his best. Cecil is doing the real work here. With Fu helping.
Anyone could beat a final boss with a sword. Eddie's trying to do it with the power of rock.
This is true. Edward is literally sending musical notes, flying across the screen, and hitting and doing 3,000 damage to this boss. That's like more than Palom is doing with an actual virus. Yes, we've learned Harp is stronger than Gun. Harp is also stronger than sneezing.
Unfortunately, Harp does not stand up to getting exploded.
Yes.
Warlick makes a very good point. The power of rock is Drain Venture with a harp.
Oh gosh, Requiem Harp Avenger? That sounds amazing.
Wait, does the Requiem harp drain?
Yes.
Huh.
Or at least it should.
It's been a minute since I played a dance.
You also, like, don't ever use it to attack, or you're not supposed to.
No, I think you're supposed to beat the spirits and then sing at them.
You're supposed to sing at the spirits. You're not supposed to attack with it. But it does have a drain property on it, which, of course, because you're fighting a bunch of undead things, means that you give them your HP if you try to attack with it.
Oh, so you're really never supposed to swing with it?
Yes. But it does have the drain property.
Huh. Well, I honestly didn't know that.
It's the most powerful drain weapon in the game. Anyway, there's some rocks falling.
Yeah, we have rocks falling. We also have a Angry Cecil swinging with 2800 HP. I think this fight's effectively over.
Yes. Edward steals the kill. Heck yeah, Edward. That is GG's Possumorpheus, finishing this seed in first place with a time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 21 seconds. We'll see about getting him in here for an interview. Real quick before he hops in here, we did have a second place finisher off stream, Scythe Marshall, finishing in second place with a time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 52 seconds. And with that bidding, it sounds like we are now joined by Possum. GG's.
GG's, friends.
That was an adventure from start to finish, I have to say.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fairly fun. I had no idea how to approach these. I didn't have time to run the async this morning to kind of prep for it. So this was definitely an on-the-fly type thing. Fun flag set, though.
Yeah.
Payable didn't really actually do much, though.
I mean, I think it's an interesting sort of cross between the shops have really good things, so you want to buy those, but also payable gold base is on, but you can't turn on and you can't get experience from random enemies, so there's really, you're kind of disincentivized from using it unless you really have to.
Yeah, it was very interesting. So I don't know. I'm curious to see if Tybalt and Scythe took a similar approach, or if there was some differences.
We saw a few differences from Tybalt, just in terms of a little bit of party comp difference and a little bit of bribing through CPU because hex CPU.
See, I wasn't worried about CPU because, like, the amount of looting it would have taken to get to afford that was
That's
not
fair.
happening.
Yes.
I'll just let Cecil burr.
Yeah, Tybalt went into that with a bit more money already in the bank and had some things to sell at that point, so was able to bribe through it and ended up being able to take that edge as a result.
Yeah, I was kind of torn on taking food because I really wanted Edge to be my last party member, but he wasn't on the moon and he wasn't on the hook route, and at that point, if he's not in Dwarf, that's the only known character check I have left, other than the Giant, which was debatable for a grind, but
yeah,
I figured I'll just
option,
do other things.
Not,
so
yeah, that's definitely very fair. And of course, Edge was in Dwarf.
Right, and it was like, oh well.
Of course.
It be like that sometimes.
Yes, it does. It do. But yeah, it was honestly really fun to watch. I understand why Edward was cursed for so much of that seed, even after the Wookiees loot showed up, because Feymarch bosses are not fun.
Yeah, Feymarch bosses and the plan to do trap chests and such, even if you run into behemoths, which incidentally I ran into 2 of them, Edward is fast enough, even cursed, that the behemoths are still slow, since they only have, 1 to 4 agility or something like that, so it still works out in your favor having Eddie cursed, until the end when he was just going to be at 30 agility naturally. So it worked out really well.
Oh yeah. I also love that Edward got the final blow on Zeromus because, of course, it's his seed.
I mean, he was doing 35 to 4,500 damage. It was
damage.
Very reasonable output from the young lad.
Yes. Edward can do great work with Loki's loot.
Oh yeah, and a power shirt. Yeah, that's a lot of extra damage.
Yeah. Also, oh my goodness, Tybalt has shown us what was in the Giant, and no.
Yeah, that's a stinky CPU spot.
What were the Giant bosses?
Bahamut into Gauntlet.
Yes.
Well, wait, but hold on. That Gauntlet is a D Machine grind.
No, it's vanilla Gauntlet.
Yeah,
it's not alternate Gauntlet.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Regular
I got
Gauntlet's
excited for no
stinky.
reason.
Yeah, and Bahamut is fine because of the curse string. Without the curse string, that gets a little bit. Oh no.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It was a fun seed. I wish I would have been more thoughtful in meta objective hunting, because I got down to it and I was like, oh, I should take care of
Do that.
Odin with
Do it on your
Thunderstruck, and then I
own.
was like, Eddie's cursed.
Yeah,
Ah.
the bosses were not placed in great places for the
Yeah.
meta objectives. With
Blade
Evil
was
at top of
awkward.
tower was kind of awkward. DKC at Dwarf 2, I think, wouldn't have been
Yeah,
enough
which
damage.
I just melted because Eddie
Yeah,
was
it's like
dead already.
it's
and I
not
was
enough
like,
damage to really matter. Odin at Leviathan is gross for Edward to do.
Oh, that I didn't melt that DKC. I was like thinking, oh, how do I want to get through this mashing? And then I bribed it accidentally. I was like, oh, well, I definitely didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
It was like trying to
well.
scheme how to get Edward alive and cure him and hide
I mean,
him.
Plague might have been an option at Waterfall, but who fights Plague at Waterfall?
Well, but fighting Plague at Waterfall is awkward because it's 31 agility, and
Yeah,
like even Eddie, who's gonna be fast, like you got to stack a bunch of slows and do. I don't know. I
It's-
figured maybe like I'll score a pass out of that evil wall.
yeah. No, I definitely
no.
saw doing the evil wall, and then the evil wall was like, "Here's your vanilla tower key."
Yeah, and I was like, no. I'll go to the moon, I'll grind, and go to Z, and
Yeah.
try to get an adamant armor, but fail. So
The pink puffs did not. The pink puffs were kind to us in the booth today.
yeah, that was fun though. I enjoyed it as always. Alchemy puts on a great club, and definitely always happy to run these. I enjoy Sea Hero, and I hope more people play Sea Hero in the future, because it is quite a change from the normal just RA1 use an anchor and do all the things. So definitely fun to play Sea Hero. Would highly encourage folks to do so as well if they have an inclination to do so.
Absolutely. Sea Hero is quite an interesting challenge, especially when it comes to some of those bosses like the Fey March and the
Yeah.
Giant and Sealed Cave.
Yeah, any of those fast spots it can get a little spooky.
It's
That's for
fun.
sure. But yeah, I'll let y'all get back to it. We finish up on Tybalt's side. So thank you, Alchemy, again for the club. Thank you, Scala, for the restream. Darth Plagal on the button pushing, and Dave and Xenocat. Thank you so much for what I'm sure were amazing commentaries. And I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their day and weekend. And go Giants! Let's see if we can knock out those evil Eagles. That's sports ball talk.
Oh, I thought we were talking like Heroes of Might and Magic or something.
No. Sports ball, yay.
No.
Okay, bye, y'all.
Bye. Clearly, that was. Thank you, loud noises outside my window. Clearly, that was Mac Giants versus debating the merits of Mac Giant grinding versus stealing life potions from Eagles outside of Baron.
Ah. One of those two has a use. The other one is a slow grind.
I like that. I like that thought.
Hey, we've all been in those Esto life seeds where the best
Oh,
way
yeah.
to life pots is to swipe them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tybalt, I believe, is done with everything, has levels, I think. We're definitely going to Zeromus. Has picked up a pass from somewhere.
I believe that came from Zot.
Okay.
The spoon came from Val.
Yes, I saw the spoon from Val. I wasn't sure whether it was Zod or behind the tower key, but Tybalt doesn't have the tower key, so I guess it had to be Zod.
Tybalt dropped a save at the bottom of the tower and then went to go beat up Odin.
Makes sense.
So this is a low 40s party with an Edward Anchor against Aromas. This is going to be interesting.
It's fine. Everything is fine. We have Rosa. We have Cecil.
Alchemy, I don't believe Tybalt did.
Yeah, I don't think Tybalt has done anything with the meta objective. It's not too late, though, technically.
Very true.
I wouldn't advise doing it here, but you could if you wanted.
Right, Tybalt attempted it a few times, but I don't think did it the last time. I think just said I've had enough of this and beat up the Odin.
All right, that is an Eddie strat that exists. Let Zorobus kill himself with sap. It's fine. We'll be here all night.
We'll find topics to discuss during the 17 hours.
Sure. I'd probably do I'll whip out Xenogears. We'll just play the entirety of Xenogears. It's fine. That'll cover us for 14 of those hours. You're welcome.
Is that how long the speedrun is?
That's the any percent run, yeah.
Wow. I assume unskippable cutscenes if it's that long.
Yes. Unskippable cutscenes are a thing. I think Xenogears is faster than Sap Strats. Barely. Yeah, I'll just get set up real quick. Run the whole game from start to finish.
I could be your couch board. I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's a perfect kind of couch commentary.
You can explain the blind menu. Oh, that is an unfortunate reset for Tybalt.
Cecil leading the counter nuke and not getting healed in time. Not a good way to start that fight.
But going right back at it.
The question I would have is, in the 17 hours it takes to stat strats, how many chapters of Fire Emblem Engage could I get through? The answer to that depends on how distracted I get by side quests. And the answer to that is yes.
Yes. Always get distracted by side quests.
We got the crystal coming out. The Cecil's immediately gonna have a nice drink.
Edward is also going to have a drink. That is a beautiful counter nuke target.
Probably the best, given the way this party's set up.
There goes the spoon.
Rydia is probably not going to be contributing much to this fight.
No, I can't imagine she would be.
Although Eddie might not be contributing much after this.
Yeah, I don't know if Eddie survives this Big Bang. Probably not.
Okay, Zeromus, the high roll is not necessary. It was funny, but not necessary.
Zeromus says there's no kill like overkill. And now, can Rosa survive a nerfed Big Bang? Or an unnerfed Big Bang, I should say.
I don't think Rosa's the same defensive... Tybalt's Rosa's the same defensive gear Possum's had, so...
Yeah, this is maybe a little dicey. Although maybe we just skip that Big Bang and do the refill. Yeah, it looks like we had a refill.
Yeah,
But we are at the same point. Do we see our second Big Bang? We probably will. I don't think we're doing quite enough damage.
Yeah, we're not skipping this directly to Medio.
I mean, Cecil's probably alive.
Cecil can't die to this.
Cecil's fine. Everything is fine. Nuke is coming, it's fine.
Is it Nuke immediately after the first black hole?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is. Never mind.
This is not fine.
Again. High rolling like that. Not necessary, Zeromus. That nuke caps at 2,400.
Yeah, that... Oh my goodness, Zeromus was rude there. But it does look like with that, Tybalt has forfeited from the race. I mean, after what Zeromus did, understandable.
Well, the Terminator did say he'd be back, and certainly kept that promise.
But it does look like we are going to be joined by Tybalt for an interview. GG's, Tybalt.
GG's.
I just want to say, my goodness, was that Zeromus rude.
Oh yeah, very, very rude.
Yeah, we were like, there's no need to high roll everything, Zeromus, please.
Yeah, the high rolls and I mean, second fight, targeting Rydia was fine. It was just the high rolls. I didn't really have much equipment for Rosa.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Rosa had to go down at Bahamut at the element spot. That didn't help.
Yeah, that definitely would not have helped. And then you're not fighting the gauntlet for experience, like
no. Like, because it was when I went to go fight Val. I'm like, I'll do some gold dragons. Maybe I'll get some money to be able to pay the fight off and get some levels. I got no experience and only money, and I'm like, I missed that flag, and it's not the tracker. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, about that.
Yeah, in order to get experience, you were gonna have to either like do moon traps or moon bosses or other bosses. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go around and do that to finish this seed. That's no.
Yeah. It was a rough situation.
And Odin just couldn't get the.
Oh yeah, that timing is weird with an Eddie anchor.
Yeah, we saw you were like your second or third attempt. You were very, very close. Like,
yeah.
And of course, that had the Sand Rupee, and I'm like, as soon as people started finishing, I'm like, it's got to be at that Odin. It's gonna be Odin or Val. Val gave the spoon. It's at the Odin. I tried so many times to get through that. Other than that, I don't think it was that bad of a run. Like, it was just, there was hardly any money because it was SL quarter.
Yep, this flag set was really designed to test you on like, what are you going to put your money towards, and how much are you going to loot? Because it's sell quarter, you can buy all the really good things in shops, but you also have payable gold as But you shouldn't use Pay of Golbus too much because that's where all your experience is coming from.
Yeah, exactly. And I bought Hourglass once thinking, okay, well, it's T Wildish. I've got a Cecil. Evelyn is the play to go get money. Like, what, or not money, but to find an Excalibur Crystal Sword.
Yeah.
And then the Warp Glitch had one. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Of course, yes. The Warp Witch having a Crystal Sword was amazing. We were all like, oh my goodness. Everyone could have skipped Evelyn, but no one did.
Oh, yeah. It's T Wildish. It's going to have a something for
It's T Wildish, and you have a Cecil. Like, you're doing Evelyn Castle.
The first night I sold it. First chance I got when I went down to Feymarch, I'm like, oh, sell.
Yep.
Give me those buckets. Any other questions for me? I mean, that was one just
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else that stood out to me in particular. It's like there's nothing that was like a weird, like, I don't know what you're doing kind of play.
I have one I was thinking about. Your choice of Black Mage early on, was there?
Yeah, that was more of I never really utilized it. It was like I was thinking MP glitch plus Rydia plus like Bahamut, and then I realized that it was max tier 6 for chests. And I'm like, well, maybe I do the trap chest. I might find a Bahamut, and Bahamut Rydia is really good.
I mean, there's always the chance Bahamut shows up in a shop.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay, never really utilized it. Having to leave out of the hookup because I didn't want to fight CPU hurt a little bit.
All right, it was a play for Bahamut.
It's like, oh yeah, I'll buy the first one, okay, and then all of a sudden 126,000 to get through CPU.
Yeah, that CPU is not kind.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight that. I'm just gonna pay it off. Oh wait, I have to leave the hook route to go sell the stuff I got along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, thanks for doing the restreaming and the commentary. I always enjoy watching these back. I'm gonna have to see how Possum utterly destroyed me this time, but I'll get him back eventually. One of these times. Like it's an ongoing thing between me and him. It's like we go back and forth in these Baron Heroes journeys. He wins one, I win one. He wins one, I win. It's a friendly rivalry, and it's so much fun.
Yep. Well, I think we'll let you get on with your day, and it was a pleasure having you on our restream. We couldn't do a restream without racers, so
you couldn't do a restream without the commentator or restreamers. Goes both ways.
There's a lot of people involved in the restream. Let's just give a shout out to everyone. Both of our runners, Possum and Tybalt, for putting on a show for us today. Shout outs to Scala Kitty behind the scenes, doing all the behind the scenes work. Shout outs to Darth Plagle for pushing those buttons and keeping track of the items far better than I did through this seed. And shout outs to Engineer for joining me here in the booth today.
And shout out to you, Xenocat, for keeping us fun. But we're not done here with Enterprise today, are we?
No, we're done here on this channel for today. But we are going to be sending you off to Flossie Fern, who is running a seed of some kind. Let me see if I can pull up any of it. Ooh, it's a K-Trap flag set. Exciting.
Yes, it is.
There's also races happening potentially. So next week, Monday night, community race right here we'll be back.
Yep, we've got a new, or we're changing the flag set coming up this week. We've done our 2 weeks of World Series.
But yes, stay tuned for that flag set. And until then, have a good day, folks.